We've all been waiting for a positive lunation, and this is the one. There is no mundane astrology in my videos. My channel is dedicated to personal astrology, to evaluating personal charts, and helping you understand how a given event or transit is going to affect you personally. We finally have an auspicious new moon. This new moon is happening in the sign of Taurus at 18 degrees. This is an auspicious, positive new moon. This is time to initiate things, all the things that you've been holding back on. Venus is the ruler of this lunation. Venus is dominant in her own sign of Taurus. She's not really close to the degree of this lunation, but she is transiting her own sign. And on top of that, we still have the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, which is still in effect. This lunation is going to reactivate the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. If you didn't have anything positive happen at the time of the conjunction, this is the moment. This conjunction is going to be reactivated. It's going to become alive again. It's going to be reactivated by the new moon in Taurus. Another reason why this is a really beneficial new moon is the fact that Jupiter and Venus are in the sign of Taurus at the same time. These are the two benefics. These are the two gift givers of the zodiac. This is an amazing new moon to initiate plans, plant seeds, and make wishes. This lunation brings pleasant surprises. May is the month of several new beginnings. Another reason why the Taurus new moon is so important is because it is activating the previous Leo Venus star point at 20 degrees of Leo. So if you have anything at that degree, a planet, a point, an angle, you're going to have a continuation of whatever happened at that Venus cazimi. This Venus cazimi happened sometime in August. I think it happened on August 13. Keep in mind that the Jupiter Uranus conjunction is also activating that Venus, that Leo Venus star point. It's activating it by a square aspect. So we are going to be pushed into taking action because of a challenge or as a result of a situation that pops up at the time of the Taurus new moon. If you want to learn and understand astrology, I suggest that you listen to the whole introduction of this video. There's just so much information, so many planets that are being activated as a result of this lunation. There is a stellium in the sign of Taurus. I'm going to discuss how this is going to affect us in the introduction part of this video. So if you're skipping this part, you're really missing out because you're missing out on information that can help you really decipher how it's going to affect you according to your own placements in your natal birth chart. I'm going to list some important dates. That way you're aware when these other conjunctions are happening and you're prepared, and perhaps one of these conjunctions is going to really trigger your chart and light it up like a Christmas tree. So please listen to the whole introduction. The month of May is another big month because there's a couple of major conjunctions of other planets, and these conjunctions are also felt like new moons. They are new synodic cycles of those planets. So it's going to feel like everything is just coming at us and we have to make decisions and we have rare opportunities to make new beginnings. Something really special could happen for single people as a result of the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter. In Vedic astrology, Venus signifies the wife in a man's chart, and Jupiter signifies the husband in a female's chart. I know most people think it's Mars. Mars is the bad boy husband. It all depends on the karma of your chart, which type of husband you're going to attract and which type of husband you're going to keep. So this conjunction is bringing this positive energy. If you're single, this is time to get out there and mingle, because it's very likely that your ideal husband or your wife it's very likely that your ideal husband or your wife is out there looking for you. So take advantage of this conjunction, which only happens once in 12 years in the sign of Taurus. And we like it in the sign of Taurus because you're probably going to attract a very good looking and generous type of partner. If you'd like to know how this lunation is going to affect you personally, I suggest you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Hello YouTube, my name is Rachel Mayo. Welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. A big welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking this video. It really helps my channel grow. So please make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section of this video. Please share this video on your social media platforms. If you didn't have an event happen as a result of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, this is the moment. Wait no more. The Taurus new moon is about to deliver. Especially if you had exact conjunctions to the Jupiter Uranus conjunction and this new moon. We're going to start seeing movement, positive movement in the Taurus house of our chart. So each time a planet conjuncts this degree, it will reactivate the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. We have a few other chances to see events happen, especially when Venus and Mars later trigger this conjunction. These two planets are carrying the karma to our future. Mars is in his own sign of Aries. He's enthusiastic and ready to take action. Mercury is in the sign of Aries and he's currently transiting direct. He's moving direct. He's ready to communicate with confidence. You can trust your communications. You can trust your communications now. So what are you waiting for? Get out of that lazy chair. If you've been hiding under your covers because of the total solar eclipse in Aries and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, of course, and Mercury retrograde, it's time to wake up. It's time to get up and get moving. Use this positive new moon to plant seeds and initiate things that will last in your life for a very long time to come. You're planting these seeds in the sign of Taurus, a fixed earth sign. That is a chance of longevity here because it's a stable element. And on top of it, Saturn is trining this lunation. Saturn is a planet that gives structure, longevity, and stability to anything we initiate at this time. And because Uranus and Jupiter are involved, we have to be open to new technologies, new ways of doing things. You cannot be stuck in the past. If you're trying to make initiations, just using things that you know, the things that you know you're comfortable with, you've relied on in the past, they might not work with this new moon. You have to keep an open mind. You have to use new ways of doing things, new technologies. Also keep in mind that this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is going to become weaker as soon as Jupiter moves into the sign of Gemini on the 25th of May. Another way of looking at this energy is, imagine you found a really fertile piece of land and you're thinking about what crops to plant. Since you're planting in earth, you have to have a hoe to dig the land, and that hoe could be looked upon as the energy of Uranus because it's going to break into fixed earth to till it. To make the digging a lot easier, we have the supporting sextile from Saturn, who is in a water sign. So he's throwing water at this conjunction and making it easier for us to sow our seeds. Our seeds being from Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet that is the seed. And once we plant the seed, it's going to expand. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. We also have a supporting sextile from Neptune, who's also transiting his own sign of Pisces. That is the dream. That is Neptune supporting our dreams because he is also trining his other sign, Jupiter. Remember, Jupiter and Neptune had met, I believe it's in 2020. If I'm wrong about the date, correct me in the comments. I just don't have the time to research this. This is their second contact since their conjunction. So what is your dream? What have you been trying to implement since their conjunction? This lunation is helping you to really see that dream come into being. Of course, when we plant something in the ground, we don't know how it's going to look like when it sprouts. So this is why this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is not going to give its results right away because it's happening in Earth. Because we're planting our hopes and our wishes in Earth, which is solid. So their foundation for whatever it is that we initiate at this time is very strong because of the supporting aspects. So if you have planets at this point between 17 and 25 degrees of Taurus or the fixed signs, you are going to have some type of inclination about what this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is bringing, because the new moon The two luminaries are putting a spotlight on this conjunction. And also let's keep in mind that this stellium in Taurus has not happened in our lifetime, and it's probably not going to happen again in our lifetime. So this is a really, really special conjunction that could absolutely change your life if you use this energy appropriately. And of course, if these conjunctions are hitting something in your chart. The Jupiter Uranus conjunction is the overnight celebrity aspect. It's a lottery winner's aspect. But you have to have this conjunction hitting something directly in your chart in order to get that type of event happen for you, or that type of result happen for you. So yes, some people will definitely win the lottery. Some people will go viral and become instant celebrities. This is a marking point. This is a point where tables are beginning to turn. The wheel of karma is turning as a result of this stellium in the sign of Taurus. Everyone will have something happen in the sign of Taurus simply because we all have Taurus in our chart. But the people who are going to have something spectacular are people who have exact conjunctions and trines. So who's going to be most affected by this energy? It's the earth signs. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Mostly Taurus, because after all, it is happening in your sign. The earth signs are aspecting this conjunction and lunation by a trine aspect. This is the best aspect in astrology. So things are going to come rather easier and effortlessly. You don't have to really go out there looking for them. You have to be open and accepting of this energy. Of course, it's the people that have something between 17 and 25 degrees of the earth signs. They're going to have a direct hit by this stellium, the lunation, and the conjunction. So come back and tell me if you have something really spectacular happen in your life. We would all like to know about it. The other people who will have a positive experience with this new moon and conjunction are the water signs, and that is simply because they'll be casting a sextile aspect to the stellium and the new moon. A sextile aspect, however, is an aspect of effort. You have to do something. You have to apply yourself. You have to put some effort to make things happen, and to have this positive energy give you some positive results. So if you don't use the sextile aspect, it's just going to dissipate. So keep an eye open. Don't let opportunities escape you. The water signs are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. The signs that are going to have a rather difficult experience with this aspect, with this new moon and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, are the fixed signs. The fixed signs are Taurus. This is where this aspect is happening. So you're experiencing the conjunction. Leo and Aquarius and Scorpio. Scorpio is going to have the opposition aspect, so you're going to feel like other people are against you, or they're opposing you, or you have to somehow deal with other people in order to make things happen. But other people at this time may be the ones who have the power. Leo and Aquarius are going to have the square aspect. The square aspect pushes you into taking action. So perhaps there'll be circumstances that are going to arise as a result of this lunation and conjunction that are going to push you into making some perhaps tough decisions where you have to take action. If you were born on or around the 7th of May, a few days before or a few days after, this auspicious energy is going to be part of your solar return chart. So this is 1 year. You definitely want to get a solar return reading. You're going to want to know which house this energy is going to be located in your solar return chart, so you can be aware of how to use this energy to your advantage. So book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. If your solar return chart for the year is ruled by Venus, as in you have your solar return ascendant in the sign of Taurus or Libra, Venus is being highly activated at this time, so you will probably have an event happen. If Venus is your Loi, the Lord of the Year in Hellenistic astrology, Venus is being activated. If Venus is your Time Lord, your Mahadasha Lord, as in Vedic astrology, Venus is being highly activated, so you'll probably have an event happen. So Taurus is a financial sign. It rules the natural second house of the zodiac. So whatever situations are going to occur as a result of this new moon and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, it will have to do with finances, because the second house is a financial house and it opposes the eighth house. The eighth house is the house of other people's money. So we're dealing with this financial axis. Remember, we had the full moon in the sign of Scorpio, the other people's money, the eighth house. So we had some things to take care of at the time of that lunation. If you did the letting go, you did the purging, this lunation is where the transformation begins to happen. So if you didn't take out the garbage at that lunation, you might find this Taurus new moon a bit challenging, because it's going to remind you that you need to vacate, you need to create a space so that the new energy could come in. You have to get rid of the old stuff in order to have something new manifest in the sign of Taurus. So if you didn't take out the garbage at the Scorpio full moon, it's time to take out the garbage. If you're watching my video and you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, like this video, and please share this video on your social media platform. If you haven't watched my previous videos on the total solar eclipse and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, I suggest that you go back and watch those videos, because the story, it really begins at the solar eclipse in Aries, and then it's unfolding at the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, and then we're having reactivation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction at this new moon. It really benefits you to watch those videos, because all the information in those videos leads up to this point. I'm not going to repeat all the things I said in those videos, so please go back and watch those videos in order to get the full picture. This auspicious new moon is happening on May 7 at 10:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're checking for your own time zone in order to find the correct ascendant. This new moon is happening at 18 degrees. So look to see if you have anything at 18 degrees of Taurus or the other fixed signs. The other fixed signs are Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So if you have anything at these degrees, you're going to be highly affected by this new moon. It might push you into taking action if you've been reluctant to make initiations. I'm still offering the special reading on the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. After this lunation, the price is going to go up to $100. So if you want to save $20, book now. The effects of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction are going to be around and for a long time. They're going to unfold over 14 years. So if you don't know how this conjunction is affecting your own chart, is affecting you personally according to your own chart, you're going to be walking blind. So if you want to know exactly what is going on, take advantage of the Jupiter-Uranus special reading at the special discount price before I increase it. Taurus is the natural second house of the zodiac. This is the financial house. This is the house where we earn money. Unlike the eighth house, the opposite house, where we receive money from others and earned money. So this is really going to focus on our earning ability, our money. If anyone is going to have a lucky money event, it will be as a result of this lunation, because like I said earlier, it's going to trigger the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It's going to make things start to happen. Taurus is a sign that loves the luxuries of life. So they tend to work really hard in life so they can make that money, the money that is needed to live that luxurious lifestyle. Taurus is, however, the most fixed sign of all the fixed sign, simply because Taurus is an earth sign. This is fixed earth energy. It's very unchangeable. So you know, in order to plant something into the earth, we literally have to take a hold to it. We have to dig into the earth in order to plant our seeds. And this is what the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was trying to do. Make a breakthrough in the earth. Make a breakthrough in the fixed earth. Taurus is so fixed and stubborn. They tend to stay in bad circumstances, situations, or relationships longer than they should, simply because they found a way to make things work in that bad situation. They found a way to stay comfortable in a toxic relationship or in toxic circumstances. So we really need Uranus to liberate us. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is shaking this house up so that we can make massive initiations. We can make massive changes, massive breakthroughs. This new moon wants us to initiate. It's saying start something new. Step out of your comfort zone. Step into the unknown. Mars is the planet of taking action and making initiations. Mars was unable to really make constructive changes or initiations while he was in the sign of Pisces. Mars is now transiting his own sign of Aries, where he's dominant. We have the energy and the confidence to make brand new beginnings, to venture into the unknown. Venus is hosting the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Venus is dominant in her own sign. The rulers of the North Node and the South Node are dominant because they're in their own ruling signs. This energy is ready for you to get up and go. This new moon is happening at 17 degrees of Taurus. It's almost at 18 degrees of Taurus. So if you're using the Placidus system, make sure you're looking for 18 degrees of Taurus. You may have to listen to 2 signs. So let's quickly go over the aspects of this chart. And remember, it doesn't matter what ascendant you have. The aspects are the same for every location. So the new moon is happening in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is currently transiting her own sign, so she is hosting this new moon and the stellium in her sign. Venus is currently transiting at around 10 degrees of Taurus and is in sextile with Saturn, who's currently transiting the sign of Pisces. This sextile is a white sextile, but it is still valid. A sextile aspect is an aspect of effort. You have to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you at this time. Venus is also the ruler of the transiting South Node, so that really kind of gives her a lot more importance at the time of her own new moon. Venus is, however, combust. I discuss her combustion a bit more later in the video. The Sun and the Moon are conjunct at 18 degrees of Taurus. When the Sun and the Moon conjunct, that is the definition of a new moon. The Sun and the Moon are conjunct the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction at around 22 degrees of Taurus. Neptune is currently at 29 degrees, also throwing a supporting sextile aspect to this stellium. These are the main and the most exact aspects at the time of this lunation. So we have to keep an eye on Venus, because Venus will later on activate her own new moon and reactivate the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. This is a loaded month. The only way to understand how this energy is affecting you personally is to get a personal reading. There's just too much going on to have an exact general reading for everyone. So take advantage of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction reading. I'm still running the special reading for $80. However, the price is going to go up 2 weeks after this new moon. So make sure you book now. So I'm going to go over the important dates in May. So you may want to write this down. So go and get a pen and paper. On May the 2nd, we have Pluto stationing retrograde at 2 degrees of Aquarius. On May the 3rd, we have Neptune stationing retrograde at 29 degrees of Pisces. On May the 7th, Mercury direct is going to conjunct Chiron at 21 degrees of Aries. And of course, May the 7th is the date of the Taurus new moon. On May the 8th, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is reactivated by this new moon. The 13th May, Sun conjuncts Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus. This is a new synodic cycle for the moon and Uranus. This conjunction happens once a year. On the 18th of May, the Sun is going to conjunct Jupiter at 28 degrees of Taurus. This is close to the degree of Neptune, who is currently transiting in the sign of Pisces. So at this time, the sextile is going to become exact. We also have to keep in mind that Neptune is currently transiting retrograde at the time of this conjunction, and Jupiter is about to exit the sign of Taurus. Jupiter is also combust the Sun. The conjunction of Jupiter and the Sun makes Jupiter become combust. This is the cazimi of Jupiter and the Sun. On the 18th of May, we have Venus conjunct Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus. It's like a new moon for these two planets. This conjunction will bring something unexpected and perhaps even radical in regards to love or money. On the 20th of May, we have Mars conjunct the North Node at 1457 of Aries. Time to take action. This is a signal for you to take action. However, the Mars North Node conjunction is turbulent energy. It could bring undesirable effects like aggression, fights, arguments. It also has a potential for accidents. So be very careful on this day or the days before and after this conjunction. So Venus has been combust since the 25th of April and will be visible around the 29th of June. At that time, Venus will be within 10 degrees of the sun, so she will become visible. Another thing that we have happening with Venus that is really positive is that we're going to have the new Venus star point on the 4th of June. This Venus star point this year is going to be at 1429 of Gemini. So if you have something exactly at that degree, you're going to have another new cycle starting. This is another powerful point of change that you will ever experience. All the conjunctions happening in May are absolutely highlighting my chart. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. This new moon is happening conjunct my natal moon. Unfortunately, my natal moon is the best aspected planet that I have in my chart. The new Venus star point at 1429 of Gemini is happening conjunct my Saturn. So I think I'm going to get a lot of new events happening in my life as a result of the astrological energies of the month of May. But the real action started at the total solar eclipse in Aries. You subscribe to my channel so that you are aware when I upload new videos. Aries ascendant, sun or moon. This new moon, this auspicious new moon is happening in your second house. This is where you'll have brand new beginnings and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. This is a really good place to have this lunation. The second house is the house of our values, what we love and value. It is the house that rules over our earning ability, our ability to support ourselves and our family. This is a financial house, so your new beginning could have to do with a new way of earning money and providing for yourself or your family. For yourself and your family. Aries, if you've not listened to the introduction of this video, I suggest you go back and listen to the introduction because I do talk about the second house at length. And if you've not watched my video on the Aries total solar eclipse, I suggest you go and watch that and the Jupiter Uranus conjunction video because they're all leading up to this moment. Aries, if you didn't have anything happen after the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, you're going to have something happen at the time of this new moon. Aries, your ruling planet Mars is not directly aspecting this lunation because he's transiting in the sign of Aries, his own sign. So he's dominant in that way, but he has no direct aspect to this lunation. So it is more other people who are going to be having events happen, and as a result of their events, perhaps you're going to benefit that way. Perhaps some people are going to quit their jobs, creating space for you to come in. Or perhaps somebody you know has a major change in their life and they have to let go of inventory that could be useful for the business that you're about to initiate, so you benefit in that way. The second house also rules over the mouth, what we say and what we eat. So this means that perhaps you've been wanting to say something, you've been wanting to put words and action to something and you have not been able to, or you didn't have the courage to, because your ruling planet Mars has been transiting a sign where he was tired and he was really somewhat ineffective and unable to take actual physical action. So now your ruling planet Mars is transiting his own sign of Aries where he's dominant. So the energy has returned to you. You're feeling confident and energized and ready to take action. And Mercury, the planet that you need to communicate, to say what you have to say, what you've been wanting to say and you've been holding back, is also now moving direct. So there is no better moment than now for you to take action, especially if you did the work of the Scorpio full moon. You took out the garbage and you created space for this new moon to fill it with something that is auspicious, something that is going to stay in your life for a very long time to come. Some of you could be starting a new business or another new way of making money. Perhaps you're going to partner with somebody who has brilliant ideas and the two of you are going to make an excellent team. It all really depends on what you have at the degree of this lunation. Aries does not aspect the sign of Taurus. So for some of you, this could be event free, but I really doubt that because there's a lot going on with the total solar eclipse, which which Mars, your ruling planet, is going to reactivate sometime, is going to reactivate when he reaches that eclipse point. Then you're definitely going to have something happen when your ruling planet reactivates your own solar eclipse. So if nothing substantial happens with this new moon, you've thought about it, you've procrastinated, it's time to take action. And the only way you're going to find out what is being triggered is by getting a personal reading. So if you'd like to get a reading with me, I suggest you book me at rachel-mayo.com. Aries, if you want to initiate something, this is the chance this is the moment to do so. Another thing that could happen for some of you is that perhaps you haven't been valuing yourself, or you've been undervaluing yourself by charging less for your services. Some of you are going to decide you're worth it and your services are that good, and you're going to increase your prices, increasing the money that you earn. It all depends on what's going on in your own natal birth chart. Taurus ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your first house, on your ascendant, moon, or your sun. This is an auspicious lunation. This is the energy that you've been waiting for in order to break free or to have a breakthrough with yourself, with how other people see you, with your ascendant, your body. When the ascendant is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. So this new moon could absolutely change your whole entire life. It could change your partnerships because it's the opposing angle. It could change your work, your public status, because that's the squaring angle. It could also change your home because that is the other squaring angle. So you will be pushed into taking action, and you're really not going to worry about what people think about the things that you're deciding to do at this time, because other people would think that you're acting a little bit unusual, a little bit weird, a little bit strange. In fact, they've been thinking that for the past several years, ever since Uranus entered into your sign in 2018. And now with Jupiter there expanding all that weirdness, all that differentness, this is the time that you're really going to put yourself out there, then your new identity. If it's your moon that is being affected by this new moon, you are going to feel this on a very, very deep and emotional level. It's going to change how you respond to things emotionally, and it's also going to change your home or your mother. If it's the sun, it has to do with your identity, how you express yourself, your soul. You're going to change on a deep soul level, and it might also bring changes to the males in your life. Since this reading mainly concentrates on the ascendant, it means that you're having personal bodily changes. Some of you could be going for some type of plastic surgery at this time, perhaps to change a body part or to enhance a body part. You've been considering having a sex change. This is the time that you're going to decide that you're absolutely going to do this. You're going to make the appointment, and you're going to go and see a specialist. Your ruling planet Venus is conjunct your ascendant. You're feeling absolutely confident. You're feeling like yourself again. Your ruling planet has been away for a year. So this is a time. So when we have our ruling planet in our sign, we feel like ourselves again. And Venus is the sign. Venus is a planet that rules over beauty. It rules over love. So with Venus conjunct your ascendant, you'll be attracting a lot of attention for about a month or so while Venus is transiting your sign. Taurus, Jupiter is about to exit your sign and go into your neighboring sign, Gemini. This is your moment. Enjoy it while it lasts. Taurus, if you've not listened to the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and listen to it, because everything I say in the introduction really applies to you. This is your new moon. So all the information that you need is really in the introduction. After this new moon, Taurus, others are not going to see you the same. You're not going to be the same person. You are going to change your identity in a substantial way. As a result of that change, everything around you, about you, is going to change. This is a positive new moon for you to initiate and plant seeds. Sow the seeds with confidence, with intention, because what you will reap at the end of it is going to stay in your life for a very long time to come. So have no fear and go for what your heart desires. This type of energy is not going to come around again. So take advantage of it while you have it. Taurus, your ruling planet Venus is not directly aspecting this lunation. She is aspecting it because it is, after all, in your sign. So she's aspecting it by a wide conjunction. She's at 10 degrees and this lunation is at 18 degrees. So there is a bit of distance, but because she is transiting her own sign, she has a say, she has some control as to what she wants to happen. She is hosting the new moon and she's hosting the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. Your ruling planet is going to later on conjunct the degree of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. She's going to reactivate it. So if you have something at those degrees, I would say starting from 17 to about 25 degrees of Taurus, you're really going to be impacted by this reactivation and this lunation. So Taurus, if this is your solar return, oh my God, you're going to have an absolute dynamic year. This is a year you're going to remember for years to come. So if you have not yet booked a solar return chart reading with me, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. This is one of the solar returns that's really going to benefit you. You want to know which house this conjunction is going to fall in your solar return chart. So book now. Gemini, ascendant sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 12th house. This is where you'll have auspicious brand new beginnings and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. The 12th house is a hidden house. This is the house this is the house of our hidden enemies. And sometimes our hidden enemy is ourself through self-sabotage, bad relationships, drinking too much, doing drugs, or doing things that are harmful to ourselves behind the scenes. Whatever we do in the 12th house is away from the public. So hidden relationships hidden relationships with people who we know we're not supposed to be having a relationship with, perhaps a married person or somebody else's partner. That usually when you have this type of relationship, you do it behind the scenes. The 12th house, your 12th house is lit up. There's no hiding these relationships. If anything, all these things that are in the 12th house, with both luminaries lighting up the 12th house, you're going to be aware, you're going to become aware of your self-sabotaging habits and who your enemies are. They're going to be exposed. So perhaps some of you will have a new beginning in that you will decide to go and get treatment or go to rehab. On a positive note, if you've been wanting to start work, perhaps healing type of work, some of you will start working in hidden places like hospitals, asylums, prisons. So that is a new beginning that is positive in that you are still using the 12th house energy, but you're using it to earn a living and to help others. The 12th house also rules over far off foreign lands. So perhaps some of you will have a new beginning in that you're moving countries. You're going to live in a foreign country. So this is going to be this is a major brand new beginning. So you've been procrastinating on this for a while, or perhaps your visa or paperwork was kind of difficult to obtain. This is the moment where you're going to have a breakthrough. Something is going to come through, and what you've been dreaming about so if you've been dreaming and wanting to live in a foreign land, this new moon is going to give you an open, clear path for you to start your new life in a foreign land. The 12th house also rules over generational karma, and this is the karma that you earn because of the family that you're born into. And sometimes the 12th house is where we pay for karma of our generations, things that have nothing to do with us, but we're paying the sins of the father. So perhaps there will be some type of breakthrough here where you're going to realize this is not your karma to carry. You're going to decide to do things differently from other generations. You're going to break free from that family karma. You're not going to let it define you in this lifetime. With all these planets transiting the 12th house and bringing all this energy, Jupiter has been expanding this energy. Some of you may have become psychic and highly intuitive, flash of light Uranus. So perhaps some of you are going to decide to do spiritual work or become astrologers or become psychics. Your third eye will be opened. Your third eye is probably open by now, and after this lunation, you're going to understand your dreams and the messages that you've been receiving. Your ruling planet Mercury is not aspecting this lunation. However, finally Mercury is transiting direct. This is really helpful for all of us. So you can finally trust your thoughts. You can finally trust the messages that you've been receiving in your dreams or from the other side. Your ruling planet Mercury is, however, conjunct Chiron at this lunation. This is the third and last pass of their conjunction, of their yearly conjunction. You may want to ask yourself what happened with the first conjunction, the Aries total solar eclipse. This is a story that is unfolding. The first pass could have brought in information about your wounds, about the healing, and what you need to do in order to heal thyself. And this last pass could be bringing the final healing, could be bringing the final message of the healing that you need to do, the path that you need to take in order to heal your old wounds. This might be a really sentimental and emotional new moon for you, in that the 12th house is a house where we don't really have much control, especially since your ruling planet is not aspecting this lunation. Gemini, if you've not listened to the introduction of this video, I suggest you go back and listen to the whole introduction. There's so much more information for you to make sense of, for you to make sense of how this could be affecting your chart personally. And if you need help to see in this dark place of the 12th house, this is where advisors come in. This is where psychics and astrologers come in, because we can help you see in that dark place. So book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Cancer ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 11th house. This is where you're going to have auspicious brand new beginnings and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. Cancer, you are a water sign. This is probably going to be a positive lunation for you, simply because you're going to aspect this lunation by a sextile. This means that you're going to have opportunities given to you or come to you at the time of this lunation, and these opportunities, the sextile aspect is an aspect of effort. So you have to take action, you have to do something in order to make things come to you. So if you don't use this energy, the energy is just going to dissipate. But don't worry, this lunation is happening in a lucky house. The 11th house is one of the places Jupiter really likes to be, and to have both luminaries lighting up this house is absolutely auspicious. And this is because the 11th house is the house that pays off the work that we did in the 10th house. This is where we get the financial windfalls, the promotions, the accolades, the recognition among our peers. This is the house that rules over social media, groups that we belong to, the social media platforms we're a part of. These are the people we belong to. These are the groups that we belong to by choice. This is also the house of our benefactors, somebody who comes in and helps us promote our ideas and perhaps provides financial backing. So some of you could be getting financial backing for your projects, and you're now initiating that business. So perhaps you're creating your website. Some of you could be invited in an exclusive group, a group that you thought you would never be able to get into. You will get acceptance in this group. That acceptance is basically you getting recognition by your peers. This is an excellent moon to initiate a YouTube channel, a TikTok channel, or perhaps an Instagram channel, because all these are social media platforms. They'll be useful for you to promote yourself and your business. If you use the energy according to the house where it's being given to you, where it's active, you're bound to be very successful. So this is not the time to sit back and just hope that things will come to you. You have to go out there and put yourself out there. You have to go out and meet, you have to go out and meet and greet people and let them know about your business ideas. Cancer, you should take advantage of this energy, because whatever you set up in the groups that you belong to, it could bring you financial rewards for many years to come. So this is not the time to procrastinate and be timid and question yourself and doubt yourself. This is the time for you to just go out there and do it. Cancer, if you've not listened to the beginning of this video, I suggest that you go back and listen to the introduction, because you are ruled by the moon. You are a big part of any you are a big part of any lunation, and this lunation is going to be one of the most important lunations of the year for your sign. So listen to the whole introduction, go and watch the video on the Aries total solar eclipse, go and watch the video of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, because what I said in those videos is being reactivated at the time of this lunation. And since you are ruled by the moon, you essentially are reactivating the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. If this is all too much and you don't understand what's really going on or how to take action, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Leo ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 10th house. This is the area where you'll have auspicious brand new beginnings and the reactivation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. The 10th house is an angle house, and once an angle is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. And this is why the fixed signs are going to have a bit of a challenging time with this lunation, simply because Leo squares Taurus. So all your angles are going to be activated at this time. So you are aspecting this lunation by a square aspect, and a square aspect is a challenging aspect in astrology. This aspect requires that you take action. So if you're one of those people that has been stuck in this area of Taurus, or you've just simply not been wanting to make any changes, this lunation is going to push you into taking action. It's time to let go of wanting things to stay the same in this area. This lunation is going to push you into taking action. It might feel difficult and challenging right now, but the rewards are going to be so much more than you expect. You need this change. You need to make these new beginnings. The 10th house is a public house. So wherever you begin anew here, the public is going to know about it. This could be a change in status. It could be something to do with your bosses, with your job, with the government. You could go from being married to divorced. You could go from being single to being married, or you could go from being married to being widowed. Any of those things could happen. It just all depends on what you have at the degree of the lunation and the degree of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It's time to initiate some things, whether you like it or not. This new moon is exactly what you need to make this, to push you into making this change. So if you've been wanting or trying to start your own business, this is an excellent moon for you to go out there and put yourself put yourself out there and start your business. If you've been working at a job where you're not appreciated, for some of you it could be a new beginning, in that you quit your job, or perhaps you get fired if you've been underperforming. And perhaps this is exactly what is needed in order for you to really go towards in order for you to go towards your destiny, or in order for you to do something that is emotionally rewarding for you, and you feel like you're accomplishing something that comes from the heart. You have to. Leo is a sign that always has to do something from the heart. If they're not feeling it from the heart, Leo becomes very unhappy and depressed. But sometimes you tend to hold on to situations that are not good for you, situations that are outdated, situations that are toxic. This new moon is going to push you out of your comfort zone. So embrace the changes, because the changes you're going to make, as hard as they may seem at this time, they're going to be changes that you're going to be they're going to be changes that are going to bring rewards that you're going to be proud of, and these changes are going to stay in your life for a very long time to come. Stop holding on tightly to things that are no longer serving you. Your ruling planet, the sun, the luminary, is always part of any lunation. You tend to feel all lunations personally. This one is going to really have a bigger impact on you. There's a huge stellium of planets in the sign of Taurus, and all these planets are squaring your sign. The sun is going to reactivate the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. So you do have some power here. You do have some say in how to direct the energy of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. You have a lot of power because the sun burns whatever it touches. The sun is going to be in a cazimi aspect with Uranus and with Jupiter. You are beginning a new cycle with these two outer planets, and this could be very karmic for you. This could be very karmic for you, Leo. You conjunct these planets once every year. So on top of having just the regular new moon, you're having a new moon with Jupiter, and you're having a new moon with Uranus. You're having a new beginning. So Leo, I think this is the most important lunation that you're going to have this year, because Jupiter and Uranus are not going to be together in this sign for another 84 years. So this is really big, and it could be absolutely life-changing. Leo, if you need further guidance, I suggest you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Virgo ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 9th house. This is where you're going to have an auspicious brand new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Virgo, you are an earth sign. This is going to be an absolutely gorgeous new moon for you, simply because Virgo is an earth sign and trines the sign of Taurus. A trine aspect is the most positive aspect we have in astrology, because it makes the energy flow harmoniously to your sign. So things are going to happen effortlessly for you. You're not really going to have to put in a lot of work to make things happen. Whatever is due you, your good karma is going to come to you. The 9th house is also another lucky house. It's a Jupiterian house. It's a Sagittarian house. So to have this new beginning in the house that rules over your future, it's looking really bright. The 9th house rules over the justice system. It rules over foreign lands and foreigners, foreign languages. It rules over universities. It rules over religion, and it also rules over priests, professors. It is also the house of our higher belief system, and this higher belief system is one that is passed down to us from somebody who we probably looked up to, like a guru, a priest, or even perhaps a professor. Some of you could be having a brand new beginning in that you're going to start studying, you're going to go to university, and perhaps in a foreign land. Or some of you could be deciding to study law or foreign languages. Others could be having a new beginning in that they finally get the paperwork they need in order to live legally in a foreign country or to work legally in a foreign country. That could be a visa approval. That could be you getting your citizenship. And others of you could have a new beginning in a marriage, perhaps a third marriage. Could be getting a new beginning in a marriage. The 9th house is where we legalize things. It's where we get our marriage certificates, driver's license, diplomas, and our degrees. All those are 9th house issues. So what have you been procrastinating about, Virgo? Or what has been stuck in this area? This is time for you to make that new beginning, and it's going to happen flawlessly. It's going to happen very easily. It's going to happen very easily because of how you're aspecting this lunation. And most of all, your ruling planet Mercury is now moving direct. He's still transiting in the sign of Aries and he's conjunct Chiron. So think of the time when they had their first conjunction. I believe it was just before the total solar eclipse in Aries. If you have not watched that video, I suggest that you go back and watch that video. Also watch the video of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, because it's going to be reactivated. The things that I said about that conjunction are being reignited by this lunation. Mercury is having his last conjunction with Chiron. This is the last pass. You're not going to meet Chiron for at least another year. So perhaps you're getting information, healing information that was much needed in order for you to make this journey happen. Virgo, I have no idea what your Chiron message was and what type of wounding and what type of old wounds that you're dealing with. You're getting more information about your old wounds at this lunation, and perhaps what to do with them, how to heal them, or how to perhaps change your belief system. For some of you, it could have something to do with a flawed type of belief system. Perhaps you perhaps you were a cult member and you're deciding to leave that cult and have your own belief system, and you're healing from all that indoctrination of whatever cult that you belonged with. Of course, this is not going to apply for anyone, but this is where we adopt other people's belief systems, other people's religions, philosophies. Perhaps you were wounded in some way because of adopting other people's belief systems. So Virgo, if you'd like to know how this is going to affect you according to your own natal birth chart, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Virgo, this is your future, and whatever you do, whatever intentions or initiations you make at this new moon, they're going to last in your life for a very long time. You want to set the correct intentions and make the proper initiations that align with your own belief system. Libra ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in the 8th house. This is where you're going to have an auspicious brand new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. 8th house is a financial house. It is the house that opposes the energy of the 2nd house, the Taurus house. The difference with the 8th house is that we're dealing with other people's money and earned money. So there is a connection that is tying in the Taurus house, the money that you earn, and the money that you get from other people. So there could be a new beginning in that you're able to have more access to other people's money. Some of you will be approved for a car loan, or perhaps a mortgage, or a bank loan to finance your business. The 8th house is a very karmic house. This is a hidden house. This is a hidden house. This is our sensitive spot. This is the area where we hide our secrets, even secrets that we hide from ourselves. The 8th house also rules over sex, death, and transformation. So a lot of things could be going on here. So some of you could have a death in the family. You end up having an inheritance. So you'll have a new beginning that is sad, but is also auspicious, because now you have because now you have access to funds that you didn't have before. So Libra, if you had really big ideas and you were feeling blocked because things were just not falling into place, or because you didn't have the funding that you need to make this business idea come to life, and these things that you initiate at the time of this lunation are things that are going to stay in your life for a very long time to come, because your ruling planet Venus is part of this conjunction and she's ruling this lunation. So Venus is in her own house. She's going to protect her own house. She's going to make sure that she's going to make sure that the other planets are behaving and doing things according to the way she wants them done. So this is the other house that she rules. So essentially that means that you have some power here, you have some control, and you can direct this energy. If you've been involved in a long-term relationship, this could be the time that some of you decide to move in together and start sharing resources. So there will be the new beginning that is auspicious will be an intimate one. You'll have more intimacy and you'll have a partner to share your life with and to share bills and finances. Others of you could be having a new beginning in that you are separating from you're separating from a partner, you're dividing assets, and you have a new beginning. You no longer have to be financially responsible for another person. So this is a whole new chapter you're starting, and perhaps a new chapter of self-love. Libra, there's so many possibilities with this new moon simply because this new moon is a story that started from the Aries total solar eclipse and continued with the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, and your ruling planet Venus is going to reactivate this conjunction a few days or a week or so after this lunation. I haven't checked to see exactly which day it is, but perhaps it's in the introduction. So if you listen to the whole introduction, you'll get more information, and watch my previous videos because they're all leading up to this lunation. This might be one of the biggest lunations that you have all year, of course, other than other than the eclipse that's going to be that's coming in October in your sign. This lunation is going to change your life in a totally different way. So if you need to find out how this is going to affect you according to your own sign, I suggest you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Scorpio ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 7th house. This is where you're going to have an auspicious brand new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. The 7th house is an angle house, and when an angle is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. So this lunation could absolutely change your whole entire life. The 7th house is the house of the others, the other people that we interact with, our business partner. It's the house of committed, serious relationships. It is the house of marriage. It's also a sexual house, in that usually we need another person in order to have that interaction. This new moon is opposing your ascendant. It means that the power is with the other people in your life, the other people that you have relationships with, interactions with, the other people that you have business with, because the stellium of the planets is in the sign of Taurus. The conjunction, the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, is happening in the sign of Taurus. So it is your partner who has been acting somewhat unusual or perhaps even abnormal to the way they normally act, a change in their attitude or personality over the past several years, because Uranus started transiting this area in 2018, and then later on, and then last year Jupiter came in and just expanded whatever was going on. Usually Uranus transiting the 7th house tends to break up marriages because usually your partner just wants something different, or they need more stimulation in the relationship and you're stuck in your old ways. If Uranus did not break up your marriage and you're still together, that means you just have to introduce different elements to your relationships or to your sex life. If your marriage or partnership did actually break as a result of this transit, Jupiter is here to bring you a better suited partner. This lunation is going to show you who this person is. And if things have become a bit boring and stale in your relationship, this energy will help you have a brand new chapter in your relationship that could possibly save your marriage, your business partnership, or whatever it is that you have going on here. Jupiter and Uranus could also possibly bring you a lot of business and a lot of interaction with other people. So if you have your own business, this conjunction will also bring a brand new beginning in your business or how you relate with others. So if you're single and you've been looking for a partner, this new moon is excellent for you to put yourself out there. It's very likely that you will meet someone who has the potential to lead, who has the potential to stay in your life for a very long time. You could meet a marriage partner as a result of this new moon. And another thing that's really auspicious that's going to happen for your sign is the fact that Venus, the ruler of your descendant, is going to conjunct with Jupiter. This is an auspicious and really positive conjunction. Some people are going to decide to get married on that day. That is such beautiful energy to get married under. In Vedic astrology, Venus signifies the wife and Jupiter signifies the ideal husband, not the bad boy Mars type of husband, the ideal husband who you want, the ideal husband who will be there and will support you. Most people think it's Venus and Mars that go together. Venus and Mars, there's just too much passion. The Venus-Mars combination is highly sexual and is very passionate, but the Mars person is usually that bad boy. He's probably not going to marry you. He's just there for the fun. And he's going to be out once the fun is over. The Jupiter husband, the Jupiter person, is the person that's going to stay with you and honor you. If a marriage or a relationship breaks, just trust that the universe has something in store that is much more suited for your future. If you have not listened to the introduction of this video, I suggest that you go back and listen to the introduction. Go and listen to the total solar eclipse video and the Jupiter Uranus conjunction video, because all the information that, or all the things I said in those videos is leading up to this moment. And if you'd like to know how this is going to affect you personally, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Your ruling planet Mars is not aspecting this lunation because he's currently transiting in the sign of Aries. He is, however, dominant and strong in his own sign. He's enthusiastic, he's ready to take action. There's no need for you to continue with the procrastination. It's time to take action. Your other ruling planet Pluto is not directly aspecting this lunation. He's separating from a square with Venus and the Sun, so there could have been a lot of power struggles at the time of your own full moon. So that's energy that's separating. This is brand new energy for you to make brand new beginnings that are going to set your life for a very long time to come. Sagittarius, ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 6th house. The 6th house is where you'll have an auspicious brand new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. The 6th house rules over our daily routine, the work that we do, our co-workers. It also rules over our exercise regimen, the food that we eat. It rules over your health. What are you doing in order to improve your health on a daily basis? Are you exercising? It rules the doctors that we see if we're not feeling well as a result of our bad eating habits or as a result of no exercise. This house also rules over our pets. We have to take care of our pets on a daily basis. We have a daily routine with our pets. Essentially, the 6th house is where we fight because we have to apply effort. We have to apply effort when we go to work. We have to apply effort when we wake up every day to go and do our job. We have a daily routine with our job. If you've been unemployed and you've been looking for work, this is the new moon that you'll probably get hired. You have a new beginning because you're now no longer unemployed, you are gainfully employed. And this new job could be something unusual or something that you've never done before. So I suggest you have an open mind to doing something new and learning something new and learning a new job, because this job is something that will probably stay in your life for a very long time because it's beginning in a fixed earth sign that likes to hold on to its energy. This is a positive new moon in that this is a house where we want things to kind of stay the same. We want to do the same. We want to stay in the same job. We want to maintain our exercise regimen. We want to stick to our diet. Some of you could have a new beginning in that you decide to adopt a pet and your daily routine changes because now you have to take care of a pet. And if you've been sick, you've been ill, you could have spontaneous healing as a result of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Perhaps your doctor had started you on a different type of medicine and you see the results, you're feeling better. So you have a new beginning in that you're no longer sick and you're able to function independently on a daily basis. And some of you could have a new beginning in that they are beginning new treatments and new medication. Your ruling planet Jupiter is a big part of this lunation because he is a part of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. You are Jupiter. This is your ruler. So you have a say in this conjunction. You have the power to direct your fate. So this is your chance to express your feelings or to express your desires of what you want in this area, of the type of medication that you, or of the type of treatment that you want, the type of treatment that you want, the type of exercise regimen that is agreeable with you, the type of diet that you're willing to commit to. Because wherever you set at the time of this lunation and the reactivation of the conjunction, these are things that are going to be set and will stay in your life for a very long time to come. So if you've been procrastinating and you've been afraid to make the changes, this new moon is going to give you the much needed courage and energy and support, because you're a big part of this conjunction. It will be your decision which way this energy goes. Sagittarius, if you've not listened to my video on the total solar eclipse and the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, I suggest that you go and watch those videos, because they're leading up to this lunation, this new moon. Sagittarius, this is going to be one of your most impactful lunations of the year, because your ruling planet is a part of this lunation, is a part of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. This conjunction and lunation will absolutely change your life. If you want to know how this lunation is affecting you according to your natal birth chart, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Capricorn ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your 5th house. This is where you'll have an auspicious brand new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. The 5th house is a happy house. I love lunations in the 5th house because this is the house of our joy. It's the house of our good luck that you earned in a past life. So you're not working for this good luck in this lifetime. It just comes as a result of a major activation like this lunation and Jupiter Uranus conjunction. Capricorn, if you've not watched my video on the total solar eclipse in Aries and the Jupiter Uranus conjunction video, I suggest you go back and watch those videos, because it's a story that is leading up to this conjunction, and I'm not going to repeat all the things I said about the Jupiter Uranus conjunction that is being reactivated. The 5th house rules over our talents and our creative ability, our children being our greatest creation. So if you've been feeling stuck in this area, perhaps you're a painter or a music producer or a music composer, and you've been feeling stuck, you've been unable to paint, you've been unable to produce or write any music, this lunation is going to help you have a brand new beginning that is auspicious in that area. You will be able to create and compose something that is going to be remembered. You could create something unusual, something that is a hit. So open your heart to this energy and let your creative talents flow with this energy. Some of you will have a new beginning with a business venture. Perhaps you're going to take your talents to the next level and open your own business, and this becomes your baby. And for others that have been wanting to get pregnant and have been unable to, this new moon is auspicious. This is the new moon that you could suddenly get pregnant. Even for those people with difficult cases where the doctors have told you it might not be able to happen, this new moon is groundbreaking. It could absolutely help you in getting pregnant. If you need some help getting pregnant, perhaps you need to use something much more advanced like IVF. This is an excellent time for you to go for that type of treatment. It's very likely that it's going to be successful, especially since Uranus is part of this conjunction, and Uranus wants you to do something that is unusual, advanced, something that is future technology. So this is the direction that you should be applying this energy if you've been having difficulty. And for others who are fertile and have no problems or any blockages or hindrances, this will be the time that you get the surprise news that you are expecting. Capricorn is going to be one of the luckiest signs with this conjunction, because of the place where it's happening, the fifth house. This is also the house of gambling, entertainment, lottery wins. This is a lucky house. So if there's one sign that could have a possibility of a financial windfall or an overnight celebrity, this is the house that is this is the sign that is getting this. And simply because you are aspecting this lunation and conjunction by a trine aspect. The trine aspect is the best aspect in astrology because it allows things to happen easily, naturally, and effortlessly. And the things that you will be getting at this lunation are things that you earned in a past life, so they will just happen. Is very lucky. It's a once in a lifetime type of transit. You deserve this. And stop procrastinating and doubting yourself. Do what needs to be done to sow these seeds, to make this new beginning that is going to stay in your life for a very long time. Your ruling planet Saturn is still transiting in the sign of Pisces and aspecting this lunation and conjunction by a sextile aspect. Saturn brings stability to whatever he touches. Jupiter brings the abundance and the expansion. Saturn controls that expansion so that you don't get too ahead of yourself. So your ruling planet is supporting this conjunction. So you can trust what you think. So you can trust yourself. You can trust that whatever you implement at this lunation and conjunction is going to last in your life for a very long time, because Saturn is putting a stamp and a seal on it. So Capricorn, if you need further guidance and you'd like to know how this auspicious lunation is going to aspect you according to your own natal placements, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Aquarius, ascendant, sun, or moon. This lunation is happening in your fourth house. This is where you're going to have an auspicious brand new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. The fourth house is an angle house. And when an angle house is activated, it activates all the other angles in your chart. So this lunation could absolutely change every part of your life. The major changes are going to come from your home, your family, your ancestry, because these are the areas that the fourth house rules. The fourth house is the most vulnerable. The fourth house is the most vulnerable angle of our chart. So this is really personal for you, Aquarius. It will bring major changes to the foundation of your home, who you are in your heart. And the changes that are going to happen in your home are going to affect perhaps how the public sees you, your partnerships, and perhaps even yourself, especially as a result of Pluto transiting your ascendant. This is another once in a lifetime type of transit, and it's changing you and transforming you on a deep inner level. And Pluto just separated from a square aspect to the Sun and Venus. So there's a lot going on in your life at this time, and it's very deep, it's very intense and personal. The fourth house also rules over our deep hidden resentments that we have towards perhaps our mother or our ancestry. So some of you could have a brand new beginning in your innermost deep feelings, your resentments. Perhaps at this new moon you decide to let go of these feelings. Perhaps you're going to get some counseling so that you can get some emotional healing. Perhaps there's been a lot of tumultuous things that have been happening in your home or with your family, and there's a new beginning in that you find a solution to your family problems. Some of you could have a new beginning in that you have an addition to your family through a birth, or perhaps you decide to take in one of your parents, so you have an addition to your family in that way. Others of you will have a brand new beginning in that they're moving to a brand new house, a better house, a better house, a bigger house, because Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So Jupiter is expanding the joy that you have in your home. So perhaps you'll be living in a bigger and better home. But with Uranus there, just keep in mind that Uranus does not keep things the same. So it's very likely that in a year or so you decide to move again. I've known people who've moved several times when they had Uranus transiting their fourth house. So just be prepared for unexpected events to happen in your home area. Others of you could have a brand new beginning in that you've been trying to sell your house and finally it sells, and you want to move cross country, or you want to move to another country, to a foreign land. So this will be a major brand new beginning in that you're setting up home and house in a totally foreign land. And perhaps some of you have been procrastinating for years about moving out of a bad neighborhood, a bad situation. An opportunity comes up, a good rental opportunity, or perhaps you find your dream home and now you're ready to invest and buy a new home. Your ruling planet Uranus is conjunct Jupiter, so he is part of this conjunction, and this means that you have a big say in how to direct. You have a big say in how to direct this energy, how to direct your future and the changes and new beginnings that happen at this time. Your other ruling planet, Saturn, is also part of this conjunction in that he's aspecting this conjunction with a sextile, which is an aspect of effort and opportunities, meaning that this lunation is going to bring opportunities your way, but it's up to you to take advantage of this energy by making an effort to use this energy to take advantage of those opportunities. So if you don't take advantage of the opportunities, you don't use this energy is just going to dissipate. So Aquarius, if you allow your inner transformation to take place because of Pluto's conjunction to your ascendant, you take advantage of the opportunities that are brought to you as a result of the sextile from Saturn, aspecting this lunation and still aspecting your other ruling planet and Jupiter. This is something that has to come from deep within you, deep within your soul. I would say trust yourself, trust your intuition, because what you're about to set up now is something that is probably going to last for a very long time. So it's your foundation. The foundation in an earth sign, in a fixed earth sign, is going to stay in your life for a very long time to come. So perhaps you might not have to worry about you changing your mind, simply because your other ruling planet Saturn is going to tell you to stay put and stick with this plan. Aquarius, you have a lot of things going on in your chart. You have the Pluto transit that is a once in a lifetime transit, and you have the Uranus Jupiter conjunction that is also a once in a lifetime transit. So you're really changing your whole identity, who you are at the core. Aquarius, if you need to know how this is aspecting you according to your own natal birth chart, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. This is going to be epic for you. Pisces ascendant, sun or moon. This lunation is happening in your third house. This is where you'll have a brand new auspicious new beginning and the reactivation of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. Pisces ascendant, if you've not watched my video on the Jupiter Uranus conjunction, I suggest that you go and watch that video, because you are ruled by Jupiter after all. He's one of he is one of your ruling planets, and he's very active at this lunation. And so that means you're very active. You have a say you have a say in how you're going to direct this energy. Pisces is going to have a better experience with this lunation simply because water sign sextiles earth signs. So you're experiencing a sextile aspect to your ruling planet. You're experiencing a sextile aspect to this lunation and the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. This aspect brings opportunities. This aspect brings you opportunities. The sextile aspect is an aspect of effort, so you have to take advantage of opportunities that come your way as a result of this lunation or conjunction. If you don't take advantage of these opportunities, this energy is just simply going to dissipate. Third house rules over our immediate environment, our siblings, our neighbors. It rules over the gadgets that we use to make our life easier. the gadgets that we use on a daily basis. It also rules over our vehicles that we use to travel back and forth. So this is the area where you're going to have brand new beginnings, and this is the area where you have the ability to direct this energy if you're taking advantage of the opportunities that come your way. Some of you will have a new beginning with a sibling. Perhaps you had problems and you separated. There will be a new beginning in that you'll have a reconciliation. Others of you could have a new beginning with your neighbor. Perhaps you had an argument and you decide it's time to go past this argument and reconcile. Others will have a new beginning in that they're learning a new language, or you're learning a new skill that is going to help you earn a better living. Others will move away from a neighborhood where perhaps they did not get along with the neighbors, or perhaps you decide you need new energy in your life in order to jumpstart your life. So some of you will be moving neighborhoods as a result of this lunation, or as a result of the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. It just all depends on how this energy is aspecting you personally. So if you'd like to find out how this energy is affecting you personally, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com. Your other ruling planet, Neptune, is directly aspecting the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It's not an exact aspect, but these are outer planets, so the orb can be a little bit wider. He was aspecting this conjunction when it happened on the 21st of April, or was it the 20th? And he's still aspecting it, and he's going to continue aspecting it as they move away from that degree, because Neptune is at the 29th degree in your sign. This aspect, Jupiter trine Neptune, is a very positive aspect in that these are your two ruling planets who are bringing opportunities your way. Remember, these two planets conjuncted, I think it was in 2020, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There was a conjunction of these two planets, so perhaps something totally brand new and life-changing started at that time, and now as they progress, they're sextiling and bringing you opportunities to make initiations in this area. Whatever you start now is going to stay in your life for a very, very long time to come, because it's being set in a foundation of earth, in a sign that is also a fixed sign. So it's going to stay fixed. It's going to stay in your life for a very long time to come. And the other reason is because Saturn is currently transiting your sign and is also directly aspecting this lunation and putting a very supportive aspect. In order for things to happen, big things, big life-changing things that are positive, we need Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is going to bring the expansion to whatever he's bringing in your third house, the neighborhood, the siblings, the effort that you apply in learning skills, computers, and all of that. Saturn is going to make it stable and is going to give it longevity. I really think that Pisces has something really special brewing in their life right now. You may not really see it. You may have been afraid, or you're procrastinating to make these brand new changes, these initiations. This is time for you to sow your seeds. It's most likely that what you reap from what you sow at this time is going to make you very happy and very stable in your life. Pisces, if you'd like to know how this is going to affect you personally, I suggest that you book a reading with me at rachel-mayo.com.